Oh, I see people coming in. I must be getting notifications this morning. Uh-oh. The Global Alliance like me. Y'all like me again. Have I been good? I think I've been good. I see people coming in. That almost means that y'all must be getting notifications. Yeah. Ball guys coming on. Come on here and talk about what's wrong with the world. Fix the problems in your mirror. Stop getting triggered by news. Ending wars is a good idea, always. Listen, don't be a commodity of your birth. You don't belong to a king. You don't belong to a lord. You don't belong to a gender. You don't belong to a race. You don't belong to a religion. You belong to Mick. You belong to Mick. Crocodile Dundee. All right. I don't know if y'all are getting, yes, people saying they got the notification. Good morning, people. All right. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Kingdom. How's the Kingdom doing? Hey, what's going on with, I don't see the YouTube comments coming up where they're supposed to, or the Facebook. I see them over here, I don't see them over there. Maybe something is being thought about. The Illusion Alliance is trying to figure out if they want to show that stuff today. Is that a morning? Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Kevin on YouTube, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Ready for the weekend? You get all your Christmas presents? Everybody got their Christmas presents? Y'all ready to go? Got all your slaves? Got all the toys and electronics? Everybody ready for Christmas? I hope so. Christmas is a good time. Good morning, Deborah, Lori, Rebecca. Top of the morning to you, laddie. Carrie and Augusta. Good morning. Winter solstice is here. What does that mean, Augusta? Somebody tell me about winter solstice. I don't know about that. Crystal and Buddha's in the house. Brother Gown is here. The kingdom is good. I don't know. Is the kingdom good? Is the kingdom good, Gown? I don't know if it's good. I think the kingdom needs a reboot. That's what I kind of think. I was kind of peeking around the news today. I peek around the news every day. But I look at it like, is there anything important in here? Is this just like made to trigger people to fight for that kingdom and this kingdom? Because that's all I see are kingdoms. Well, I'm never in any of it. I just sit back, I just look at it. It's like, y'all realize that they're just playing you. They're just playing you. Let me know when you figure it out. Good morning. Good morning, Ivana. Good morning, Christine and Tammy. Let me see. What's the news on impending EMP attack? What? This broadcast will be ending right now. Christine, I'll get the hell out of here. What? And financial breakdown after Christmas and martial law. Christine, I don't know. I don't know, but you know what? Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me one bit. And if that was really what was going on, I'd still be laughing. I'd laugh. We earned it. We earned it. What part of a financial breakdown have we not earned? We've earned all of it. The zombie apocalypse. Oh, I won't talk about that. Talk about the zombie. Yeah, they're working on that. Y'all know that? They're working on zombie apocalypse. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. Switzerland, Denmark. They're working on the zombie apocalypse. Good morning, Lori. The serfdom is toiling on. Yes, and we do have a toil, don't we? Good morning, Al and Mary. Winter solstice is the shortest day. They get Conger from here to the June. Okay, so it's the shortest day of the year, right? And so okay, and then daylight increases after that. Okay, yeah, it's a good thing. Got a lot of plants in front of the south-facing window. Got all my, what am I growing this year? I got my papayas and I got my citrus and I started jackfruit. Jackfruit's doing real good. I had to chop my papaya down. It was 12 feet. I couldn't get it in the house. So that's good. More light is a good thing. Light is a good thing. Don't put anything in the sky, chemtrails, ash, aluminum, whatever y'all doing. It's all a bad idea. Geoengineering is stupid. Light times, upswing solstice. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Verna. I kind of want to talk to people a little bit. I have some things I want to talk about. I don't think Denmark starting the zombie apocalypse is a good idea because of the migrant issue. But short of that, I want to spend a little time just looking, see what y'all worried about. What keeps y'all up at night? Because we are birth commodities. I want to know, did I spell everything right? Yeah, I spelled commodity right. Birth commodities. I don't think we should be. I don't think you are what they say you are. Good morning, Gary. Got some new folks in the house. Let me see. Lots of laughter. You are calm. Thank God. Well, you got to be, Christine, because they want me to be excited, right? Like, that's how it works. They get you excited. Like, I was thinking about, Christine, I was thinking about passion. They play us with our passions. It's not that our friends are bad people. It's not that our family are bad people. We grew up with them. We know them. They're good people. They got love in them. They're passionate people. And all of this nonsense in the news and in the world is great. It's taking passionate people and using their passions against them and against their children and against us. Against us. They think they're a part of a kingdom. But I'm always calm. I think the universe, Christine, is unfolding as it's supposed to. Whatever's coming brings it. All will be well in the end. All is always well. Exactly, Crystal. And that's my thing, is everything is all, man. They're coming to kill you, Gerard. Are they? It's going to be quick and slow. That's all I want to know. But how much time do I got? Do I have time to finish the last episode of Mars? Before I transform into the next version of whatever all the heck all of this is. I'm not worried about none of that. I've realized they've used fear to play me my whole life, and I'm done with the fear. I'm done grouping up against other people for some king or some lord or some leader or somebody selling a book or wants a career, telling me I'm black, telling me I'm Christian, telling me I'm American. You don't tell me what I am. I tell me what I am, damn it. I'm a boss of me. Pull my big drawers up. I'm the boss of me. Don't tell me what I am. You know what? You tell me I'm gonna tell you I'm the opposite. Let me see. It's something, because that's what I do with people. I have friends that still believe in red and blue. Anytime they tell me, we need to wave red. I said, no, we need to wave blue. Blue all day. They said, we need to wave blue. I'm like, nope, red all day. You got to, everybody knows red is where it's at. Sometimes I play with people. Sometimes I post stuff. I did a poll the other day. I got to check the poll. We were talking about war. If the war in, if pulling troops out is a good idea, of course it's a bad idea for some and it's a good idea for others. And I'm just like, no, it's always a bad idea for banks, corporations, systems, and all that it's a bad idea for them when you stop the war, right? Because they make money with the war, whether it's aluminum or concrete or fixing things, laying networks. Like, how people think that they're not a part of the war effort and they just manufacture Wi-Fi devices. Now, what do you think happens when America comes to your country and blows up all the Wi-Fi routers? Somebody has to make them. This guy working for Qualcomm, this guy working for Cisco, thinking that he's not a part of war. I'm anti-war. And it's like all the minerals in that come from war. The Wi-Fi device got replaced by war. Outside of petroleum and all the obvious things what war is about, it's never a real war. It's always fake. But the troops in Afghanistan are coming home. Y'all heard about that? Again. Again. They're coming home again. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Stop it. This is why I tell you, my firm belief is there was no difference in the people who voted for Obama and voted for Trump, because their positions were damn near the same. I know they don't like to hear it. I know y'all don't like to hear that, but it's true. From an anti-war perspective, they're both the anti-war candidate. It's like, pulling the troop out of Afghanistan is stupid. It's reckless too. And it's like, no, it's not. It was a good idea when Obama said it, and it's a good idea now Trump is saying it. It's not a bad idea. The only bad is us. That's the only bad. The only bad is us, because we lack the integrity. We believe we're commodities of birth. We believe we belong to a Democrat party, Republican party, a right or left, this God, that God. And I just don't think you belong to anybody. I think that you belong to you. So that's a good thing. I think pulling troops out of Afghanistan, and what's even better than pulling troops out of Afghanistan? It's taking all the hoodlums pretending to be politicians in prison. I think that's a good idea. I think a lot of people died in Afghanistan. I think a lot of people died from the opioid crisis. I think a lot of people in Afghanistan died. I think a lot of soldiers died. I think a lot of people lost arms and legs. I see a bunch of kids with all these prosthetic arms and legs from all of the crazy psychopathic crap we did. I think the hoodlums should go to prison. I think you got to send a clear message. You can end the war, but what good does that do? They just drag us into another one. They just reallocate troops somewhere else. I think we got to start putting them in prison, and you got to stop voting for them. You got to stop cheering them. And the yellow vest protested talking about in America. What's up with that? Anybody going? Let me see. Ever growing division and uncertainty keeps me up at night. It shouldn't keep you up at night, Ivana. It shouldn't keep you up at night. Girl, you're a wonderful thing. Wave energy, just waving all over this planet. And you know what? I'm kind of curious as what's coming next. You can't ever be fearful of not of death. Everybody dies. Everybody does it. So why would everybody be afraid of it? You shouldn't be afraid of it. It is what it is. We don't pick the time and the place for the most part. And it may not happen. But but then again, everyone, every generation thinks that the end is near. That's why I think the end never really probably is near. I don't think that we have as much control here as we do. Oh, my friends are saying the aliens in control. I forgot who said that. Somebody said the green aliens, they're in control. Not the gray ones, but the green ones, that they're changing things and modifying. Illuminati, if it's hottie, they're in control. Somebody's in control of something. I don't care. I'm in control of me. That's all I care about. But yeah, I don't like to let it keep me up at night. I think actually though, Ivana, on that, I think people are actually coming together more. I don't think that people are more divided. I think that the extremities in this world have gotten so extreme that the adults are sick of it. That's what I honestly believe that. I mean, I talk to people every day, all day. You know me, I got a mouth. Everywhere I go, I talk to people. I'm like my father. My father, he couldn't take him nowhere. He used to always get lost. We can't go to the fun park or something because he'd go sit down on a bench somewhere making friends. We're trying to ride rides and go to the next fun park. He making friends. You always had to go find him. So I always talk to people. And that I can tell most people are sick of it. And they're looking for answers. I don't think a lot of people have found those answers. But as long as you have critical thinking people who are sick of the system and they're looking for answers, it's a good thing. That's a good thing. So be hopeful. Definitely be hopeful. Yeah, Brother David, caffeine keeps me awake too. I completely exist on caffeine. Obstruct the vote 2020. How about can we obstruct the vote asterisk wild card? Can we stop? I want to stop the voting thing for a little bit. I think I want to pause and stop. I kind of want the government to shut down for a little bit. And I think we should all just do yoga. Can we do that? Can the whole nation stop? Everybody stop working. You're in traffic, stop your car right now. Don't stop. And if you drive, keep driving. You ain't supposed to be watching me anyway. You driving, drive. I think we should all just stop. Everybody do yoga. Like kumbaya. Everybody talk, everyone kind of spend a little time and meditate. Because when people get upset, that's when you play them. When their passion gets roaring, right? And that's kind of what the news does. It gets you roaring, it gets you upset, and they take all that love in you and they abuse it. They get in your head, right? This is why I do my best to, always leave room for people to wake up, leave room for people to grow up, because it's the passion, I get it. You know why people love Trump to death? Passion. You know why people hate Macron to death? Passion. You know why people hate Trump to death? Passion. The passion is there. The love is there. The people who don't care, they're the psychopaths out there just trying to make money off the system, make money off the problems. But the passion is there. We just got to figure out how to take that passion and kind of make it constructive, how to teach people to not be zombies. Oh, speaking of zombies, I told you, the zombie apocalypse is coming. I gotta show you something. I do want to show you something. We can just talk. I gotta show you this. It's special to me. I think they've been working on this zombie thing. Christine, this might actually be the end that you were talking about, girl. This might be the one. Hold on. So I can pull this up. I saw this and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? It's like the education system has failed. Where is this? Denmark? You're like America. You need to redo your education system. Something is wrong. Y'all don't watch enough movies. Here, look at it. Let me show you this. You gotta watch movies. I think every now and then movies release the truth to you. Things you shouldn't do. So they got a solution to the migrant crisis.
The small deserted island at the center of Denmark's immigration debate. It's set to become home for about 100 asylum seekers whose applications have been rejected because they've committed crimes, including murder and rape. They say they risk being tortured or murdered back home if Denmark deports them. The remote location is symbolic. Some ministers say it's meant to make people feel unwelcomed. For decades, the island's been home to animals infected with contagious diseases, where scientists research swine flu and rabies. Denmark's immigration minister is a leading advocate of the new policy. The Danish People's Party, known for its strong stance on immigration, posted a video on social media which says, "Until we can get rid of them, we will transfer them to the island."
Y'all see how...
Opponents say the plan is shocking and will fuel division and hate.
All right, I'm gonna stop there. Does anybody see? Because I don't think the discussion is about what it's supposed to be about. Number one, my position always on immigration is help people. That's number one. But don't send them to a damn island where they do rabies testing and swine flu testing. Got the animals infected, run around the island. Does anybody see where this can go bad? And then, you know, that's not all of it. That's not all of it. So not only are they going to send the immigrants over there, but they're going to let, then they can go back and forth between, I guess, the main island back. Does anybody remember this from a movie? Does anybody think that it's a good idea to test like all of the crazy crap that they have, that these laboratory scientists, these mad Dr. Frankensteins, all this crap that they've been testing and making up? Does anybody think that this ends well? Does anybody think that this is a good idea? I don't think it is. Let me see if I can find a clip. This reminded me of something. I like the education system in Denmark. It's just not working, because you know they're gonna go over there and get something, bring something back. They're gonna bring back like a viral STD or something that just goes through your eyes, creates the zombie apocalypse, and then we all die. Well-meaning ideas going bad. Everything we do, meaning well, always goes bad. We just don't have it in our brain. It doesn't do what it does. So real estate sales, I think on the island that has the ferry, or the mainland has the ferry, the real estate sales are going down and people are worried out. This was like a couple weeks ago. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Do you really want to start the zombie apocalypse? Y'all want Christine to be right? Y'all? Yes, the island of Dr. Moreau, Diane, exactly. You're going to send people to the island. And of course, they go back and forth. They say it's normal asylum seekers and then it's the criminals. And I'm like, you know what? But they all breathe, they all poop, they all pee, they all drink, they all can infect and spread. I mean, what if something's percolating on that island, been there for like 30 years, just growing? Because you know, viruses, they're not dormant. They're constantly figuring out how to murder you. All the time. Avian flu. That's why I'm saying that we don't really have time to compete against each other. I think it's stupid. I think if you're a commodity and you're involved in these fights between nations and people and groups, I think you're special. I think enough things are trying to murder you. And something on that island, what's the name of the island? Is it Lindholm Island or something? It's trying to murder you right now because there's a virus on there. Like, mother, you took me to the island. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, little bastard humans. And it's been percolating and mutating and trying to figure out, sending little bunny rabbits, like probably a cute bunny rabbit hopping on the island. Like, oh, it's a cute bunny rabbit. With rabies and swine flu mixed up with a little avian juice. We are lost. We are lost. The whole planet is trying to murder us and take in our energy. The whole solar system wants our energy back. It's always coming to kill us. And the best idea we got, somebody shows up to your border, they want some biscuits and rice, is to send them to an island that's full of viruses that kill us. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why I think the education system has failed. I think we should go back. Just raise our kids in the woods. Teach them how to cut some wood. Teach them how to just do natural things, helpful things. You know, it's like not like the television didn't tell us. It was an I Am Legend too. Y'all remember I Am Legend? Oh, yeah, I remember. I'm sure. See, I find I Am Nah, I probably shouldn't show it. You know, because they were trying to cure cancer, and it's like it's a good idea to take a virus, and we're gonna. What they took the virus as I forgot the medical terms for it, as a vehicle, something like that, where we're gonna cure cancer using a virus and put in people like, you know, viruses don't like you. You know that, right? I don't know. It's like, hello, I'm not a medical specialist. I'm not. And I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV. I personally don't even like doctors, to be honest with you. But don't viruses not like us? Don't we know we don't even know what the hell they are? Don't they have cellular memory? Aren't they always trying to reconsume our energy and put us 6 feet under in the ground? For the most part. Like, maybe it's a bad idea to teach a virus what cancer is. Like, I saw that movie coming. I knew that was going to happen. So yeah, I think it's a bad idea, personally. Let me see the cute little bunny till it gets dark. Yeah, that's how they go, gal. You grew up in the 80s, didn't you? You grew up with Chucky. This is a cute little, yeah, it's cute. Yeah, it's cute. It's dark cute. What did the brother say on Jurassic Park? He said, yeah, you're looking at the dinosaurs now. It always starts this way. Oh, look at the Brontosaurus Rex. Oh, look at that. Look at the, that's not a Baron. Did I say that? That's not a real dinosaur. Don't worry, they'll make it a dinosaur later. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Brontosaurus. I put the two together. I bet you probably was one. There's billions of dinosaurs. They've been here. I can make it up. It's a Brontosaurus Rex. Get all excited. Yeah. Say, you smiling now. There'll be a lot of running and screaming later. Nature knows how to reconsume energy, and it is phenomenal at doing it. Like they did with the leopards. I don't know, Diane. Tell me what they do with the leopards. Or a dog with a human face. Oh, you mean yeah. And when they're and they did it with the monkey too, right? Where they're mixing the DNA, and that's like even public now. Like some of the things they're doing, they're taking the human embryos and they're modifying it and change. That's why I say, Diane, these people can't have any secrets. These people are nuts. These are the ones I was telling you about. These are the ones that, they don't watch the news. They don't care. They're trying to make money. They're trying to make a retirement. And they'll just be in the lab making stuff. They don't care nothing about nothing. They just want to retire. And I think we're victims. We're definitely going to be, well, let me change it. Now they say we're victims of our successes. I don't think we're victims of our success. Because our successes are good. They're just tools. We're always victims of our ignorance. We're always victims of not reading. We're victims of our tribalism. We're victims of all of these things. We're victims of the king's abuse, the passion they put in our hearts, and abuse us with it, getting in our heads, making us zombies and do zombie-like things, like say that the war on drugs is a good idea. And there actually is a war on terror. No, it was a bad idea, and there never was a war on terror. They took poor people and they made them angry and they murdered their family, and the poor people shot back and they said it was a war on terror, and we believed it. People like Smedley Butler didn't believe it though. People who read his book didn't believe it. I believed it. I fell right in. It's like, we gotta save us from the terrorists. So I don't think we're victims of our successes. We're victims of our ignorance. I mean, like the laser guns, that's not a bad idea. The assault rifles, they're not bad ideas. The tanks aren't bad ideas. The robotic drones that can kill things, they're not actually bad ideas. They're just tools. It's our ignorance in cheering for psychopaths and a psychopathic model in the world. It's our ignorance that always comes about that's going to bring an end, I think. There's one in Hawaii, Leprosy Island. That's scary, Sandy. That don't even sound right. I don't go there on no damn vacation. But hey, yeah, we going on vacation, free tickets. We got free tickets, all inclusive. All inclusive. What island we going to? I like islands. Yeah, we're going to Leprosy Island. Leprosy, what? They still got that around? The hell somebody doing? Sandy, what is somebody doing with some leprosy? Why has anybody got that in a vial anywhere? Why does that even exist? Why is anybody playing with it, dog? You injecting it in bunnies? Are you stupid, man? Like, I don't know. Like they got the kid who's sitting in the back of science class cheating on everybody. He got a D, and he's sitting there. Now he's a scientist on Leprosy Island trying to figure out how to mix leprosy with the avian flu. And I'm just like, y'all, we do dumb things. We do stupid things. We have so many people around this planet that need help, and all we can figure out is how to work for corporations to make more money and not question what they're up to. Good morning, Dee Dee. Let me see. What's going on, Lori? Terrorists are the ones calling other terrorists. Terrorists are the ones. Oh, yes, they are, Lori. Those are the hoodlums. Those are the psychopaths. Like, what comes first? Chicken or the egg? What comes first? The terrorist manufacturing factory of a government or the terrorists? So I don't focus on the terrorists. That's why half the time I don't really care what poor people do. I don't care. I don't care when poor people lash out. They're supposed to. Like, we gotta stop them. We gotta put them in prison. No, actually, we don't. When poor people get violent, they're actually supposed to. When people start going postal and shooting up the work at Christmas time, that does happen at Christmas time. And they flip out and they start shooting in the ghettos and the barrios and trailer parks. Man, I don't blame them at all, because I understand that they weren't the chicken. They didn't manufacture themselves. They were born as a commodity, and we let an abusive system turn them into something violent. There's not a white nationalist on this planet I blame. There's not a black nationalist on this planet. There's not an extreme right or left that I actually blame. I blame the people who know better. I don't blame the people who were born into those feet. I always blame the people, and we know better. I know better. I don't know if you know better. You might be in that psychopathic zone. You might be, and it's not a bad thing per se. You just might have those warrior genes that kicked in because you were born into a world that hated you. And it taught you a lot of hate and poverty and scarcity that made you angry. And then you focus on the wrong people because that's how playing you as a commodity works. But I don't blame them. I blame the system. I'm a system blaming fool. So what if somebody kills you? It could happen. Pull up to a stoplight, somebody pissed off, they don't like how you look, get out the car, shoot you. That happens. You know what, when stuff like that, when I think about things like that, you always gotta just realize that these people don't come from nowhere, right? They don't come from nowhere. We make them, we starve them. We did this to them, right? I always appreciate, who was the mother from Charlottesville? And her little girl was run over by the guy, the white nationalist driving the car. She forgave him off of jump. She forgave him right off of jump. That's who you need to be. Well, I'm gonna say that's who you need to be. That's who I want to be. I'm not sure I am that guy. I want to be that guy. I think that's a beautiful human. I want to be a beautiful human. I want to have a heart that understands the environment and genetics, and our sick system makes people, not they're just sick and I'm a terminal. I want to be that person. I'm not sure I'm that person. I'm trying. We need to discuss China. What we got to discuss about, Didi? What's going on in China? I discuss anything. We can go anywhere y'all want. We can even go to aliens if you want today. I don't really care. It's Friday. Let me see. The egg came first. They pre-existed birds. Did they? Are you sure? I don't know, John. That's biology. You know, how things evolve. Did they come first, or did some genetic engineer on another planet, another universe come first? And did they take biology from this planet and cells from that and a bone, a rib from itself and some juice and mix it all together and make something, put on an asteroid, send it to the Milky Way? I don't know what came first. I don't know anything. So I don't know what's going on in China. Let me see. The system is infected. The system is infected. And we keep the infection, Lori. We feed it. You know how, like they say, sugar feeds cancer, and we're feeding it. We constantly feed it. People like, subscribe, click, join in. They go to the marches and the protests. They get behind their politicians, and they're just feeding the cancer. It's like drinking soda and you got cancer. You're just feeding it. You got cancer, and you're drinking all the milk. You're eating ice cream, and ice cream's got the casein and the sugar, and like the cancer's like, yeah. It's like just going all throughout your body, doing all kind of damage. We feed it. The system is sick. It's sick. You know, but the good thing I like about today is you can actually see where it's sick. You can see it really good. That's why I talk about anti-war. It's like, yeah, he's bringing the troops home, and people flip out. That's a bad idea. We're going to be less safe. And I'm like, you feeding the cancer. You know that, right? You know you're feeding the warmongers. You know you're feeding the war criminals. You know you're feeding into it, right? You know you only take that position because you're not in Afghanistan. You know that, right? You know that. Okay, all right. I don't know if you know, but I know it. We feed it. The system is sick. We should stop feeding it. I have been notified. Oh, Kevin got notified on YouTube. Thank you. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. YouTube kind of likes me, I think. Do we really need a holiday to show the love we feel? Unfortunately, Kevin, it seems like we do. The Kings think so. Christmas, Yom Kippur, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, birthdays. Love is our most abundant gift. Share love daily. Thank you, Kevin. And you're right. You're right. And that's interesting. And that could be a psyop. Like, do they keep pushing Christmas because they want people to only show love once a year? I like this time of year, I have to admit. But am I being psyoped? Because I want this year round. But I give gifts to people year round. I help people year round. People call me, they need this, that. I'll go do whatever because I saw my father doing, saw my mother doing. People need help. My grandmama did it, and that's what I'll do. But that's a good point. Why once a year do you thank your mama? You're gonna thank your mama every day, dummy. Why once a year do you buy your wife some roses and some chocolate? Once a year. Is that a psyop? That's kind of crazy, Kevin. Now you got my head thinking. Like once a year, you ramp it up. And does that mean like psychologically, subconsciously, we're like saving up all the love all year just to do it that time? That's the one time a year. Imagine people gave gifts all the time. Imagine if they took their wife to dinner all the time. Imagine they made dinner for the wife all the time. Imagine they gave their husband something all the time. How happy everybody would be. You know, it would help the presidency out a lot. It would always help the president. I know if y'all gave your husband, give your husband more. It's a good idea. Y'all should give him more. Give him more. Because then they don't have to worry about the hookers in the White House and the Clintons and the, what's the girl name, Monica Lewinsky. And I think love is the answer, Brother Cat. That's a different kind of love, but I think love is the answer. You're supposed to love people all the time. Their husbands, they're watching that like, yeah, I'm sharing right now. And start tagging their wife. I'm sharing right now. See what he said? See, I'd be better at work. I won't get caught doing that. Love is always the answer. Yes, absolutely. We should not show up once a year. Or a few times a year. We have all been commercialized for somebody else's profit. Yes, we have, Linda, and people need to see it. People, I don't know that they really see it, which is why it's important to keep saying it. We're commodotized. We're commodotized by birth. By birth, they know what your mama liked. They know what your daddy liked. They know what your daddy feared. They know what your mommy feared. Because they made them commodities. And so based on your community, your social economics, they know how to play you. And they do it really well. Which is weird. And that's why the only way we survive this as a human race is we just have to walk away. We have to walk away from the tribalism. We have to walk away with rule by force. Trying to get bigger numbers on my side to fight your numbers and just give all groups no numbers. Just walk away. That's what I'm saying. I'm just an observer. I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch the apocalypse. Don't come knocking at my door. You know, oh, come on, let's go. No, you're not fighting the right things. I'm not interested in fighting other people. Christmas is contingent with year-end financials. Yeah, it is, Jeannie. It is, which is why Christmas sales, are they down this year? Because sometimes they lie about it. They keep saying sales are up. I don't think they're up. I don't see people doing better. I see them doing worse. I have had several ripples of deja vu in the Matrix in the last few days. You know what, Gown? A lot of people are saying that. Is that fake news? A lot of people saying that, they're seeing things in the sky. They're seeing they're feeling a certain way. I'm seeing posts about feeling a change in the force in the universe. I'm not sure if I feel a change. I don't know what I don't know. I have to be honest with you. I feel how I did yesterday. I feel pretty good. I don't know. I feel a change. I think I see changes in people. I think I see more common sense, than I saw last year. I see more common sense than the year before. So, and in 2 years before that, it was just all psychotic behavior because somebody won in the office and people thought that he was going to save the world and other people thought he was going to destroy the world. No, the world's still here. The world ain't never going to. Everyone thinks the world is ending. They play us with our passions. With some guys, they've been bad when they suddenly show up with flowers. Lori, don't be telling those secrets. Stop telling secrets. Stop it. That's guilt. People feel bad. They show up, and I'm not gonna go into that. That's deep. That's a long, deep topic. We just not even gonna touch that one. Love life's only valuable event. I call my mama every day, family and friends. Your Christmas is coming. Love year-round, unconditionally, and undying. Absolutely, which is beautiful about you, Brother Daniel. And if somehow we could do that more, but also for people we don't like. Like there's a saying that says, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna say, even the craziest psychopath loves people who love them. Anybody can do that. The dumbest fool, the wildest, wilding out spirit loves people who love them. That's not the challenge. That's not significant. But to love people who don't love you. To show kindness to people who are not kind to you. Giving gifts to people who ain't never gave you a damn gift in your life. That's the level you want to attain. Like that is that mature love. That's when you mature as a person. To stop fighting for the fight. Stop fighting people that are fighting you. In fact, the more they fight you, the more you love them. Sounds cliche. It's not cliche. It actually is how you fix a world. That's why they teach you to fight hate with hate. That's why they teach you to fight terrorism with more terrorism. That's why they teach you to fight colonization with colonization. That's why the oppressor will always switch his places with the oppressed, and the oppressed becomes the oppressor. Because when you use the same tools they do, you become them. You don't live by the sword and die by the bunny on the island. You don't die in Denmark by the bunny with rabies, swine flu, leprosy on the island. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? If you are in America and you're in Britain and France and you're colonizing the whole damn world, you're building up a lot of hate. And one day that chicken comes back to roost. It may not be the next generation, but I promise you somebody wrote it down. This is what the United States did to your uncle, your grandfather, your great-great-grandpappy. This is all the 2,000 towns in Africa being raped and destroyed on a daily basis. This is what the CIA in America did. And one day it's gonna be one of them kids, and they're gonna turn around, they're gonna read the note. Oh, is this what you did to my ancestors? It's gonna come back. You just better hope that not be the kid that makes the photon bomb. better hope that's not that kid. If it's that kid, it's gonna be a problem. That's why you put out love. You never put out madness. Killing them with kindness. Yes, Anna, and there's a scripture that talks about that. Y'all read the scriptures. Doesn't matter if you're religious or not. There's a lot of wisdom in scriptures. And y'all scripture people, read your science. There's a lot of wisdom in that too. There's a scripture that says, loving somebody who hates you well, I'm messing it all up. It's like the heaping of coals on their head. Like when someone is angry at you and you just keep loving them, it's like the heaping of coals. That guilt builds up. They're constantly fighting you. You're just constantly loving them. Eventually, it burns through. Eventually, you get to them. It gets to them. We're all human beings. I'm still doing small gifts, all gifts with meaning. You know what, Lori? And handmade gifts are important too. Like give somebody personal. If you can't do that, write them a letter. You don't have to give anybody a gift. You know what I love when I get a handwritten letter? You know how powerful that is? There's something weird about that where you see like somebody's handwriting, you know that they sat down, they took the time to write, you know, but don't write it in cursive because the millennials can't read cursive. They stopped teaching cursive in my country. I don't know, it's the craziest thing, but they can't read in cursive. It'd be like writing in Chinese or something, you know? Write it in just, it was a small hand, right? Like, but just getting a letter, like those things make people feel good. And also it shows them that you didn't just go to a store and drop some money. You actually gave a damn about them and you wrote something personal. People will save that. They'll put it on their banister. They'll take it to work. They'll pin it up. It means something to them, you know, but you go buy them some crap. They'll go throw that in the closet. They'll throw it in the closet. They might forget about it. Let me see. Read Poisonwood Bible. Read Poisonwood Bible about what we did to the Belgian Congo in the 50s. You know what? I'm slightly familiar with what happens in the Congo, what's happening right now. And I can tell you, Sandy, we're not making friends. We are not making friends influencing people. We are funneling weapons and destabilizing and destroying things. It's well-meaning though. Like I never like get confused. People who get behind this are well-meaning. The soldiers think they're doing good. They're brainwashed to think that they're doing good. The voters think they're doing good. I even think a lot of the politicians think that they're helping. You never help when you send a gun to somebody else's country to shoot somebody. It's not help. That's not help. You know, all of our solutions are easy and they're always prevention. Like you want to build solutions that go viral. You want to build solutions that exponentially solve other problems. You want to fix the environment. You want to fix the people. You don't want to murder the people, right? If you can educate people, like I think education is the answer. Like that's because of ignorant, we are victims of our ignorance. Education is the answer. When you have solutions that are in prevention, solutions based in education, not solutions based in murder, violence, it just repeats itself. You know, when you go off and you kill people, it always comes back. But when you educate people and you show them that this is the right way to do it, that it's okay in Saudi Arabia for women to drive cars. It's okay, women can drive. I got guys like, no, they don't say that. She's not gonna drive the Charger. No, women can drive, yo. It's okay, Saudi Arabia, you can let women drive. And you know what? The funny thing is, I know you, a lot of them are brides. You know, what are they? Brides by family. And some of them gonna leave, you know, because you treat them pretty bad. You give them the keys of that car, give them a license, you ain't never, they gonna Thelma and Louise. They gonna be gone. You ain't never gonna see them again. But some of them, if you're nice to them, buy them some chocolates, take them out to dinner every now and then in Saudi Arabia, treat your wife decent. You know, tell her that you love her and say, you know, I was a victim of my environment. I thought that women were cattle and America supported it all the damn time. So I thought maybe this was a good idea. They might not leave you. You give them a license and the ability to drive, and don't just throw them in prison and torture them because America's okay with it because you're buying America's weapons, Democrats and Republicans. Love people. And guess what? She might stay. She might say, you know what? I get that. I get that. You were just a bastard, but you were born to be a bastard. We live in a crazy world. I don't want my kids that. I want our daughter to be able to choose her way in life, not be told by a man, you know, what she's gonna become. So I stick around. You weren't too bad to me. You weren't too bad. So that might kind of work out. But don't force them to stay by not giving them licenses. That's just stupid. It begins with fixing yourself. If you can fix yourself, you have nothing to offer others. Exactly. I love that. It begins with fixing yourself. If you can't fix yourself, you have nothing to offer anybody else. Solomon. Right? Because if you're broken, you're going to break somebody else. If you're broken, you don't work, you're outraged, you got your passion and they're in your head and they're using your passion against another group of people or against you, against your future, against your kids because you're upset about something on the news or politics or whatever else. You can't help nobody. You're not stable, you know, but you also got to get good at recognizing people not stable too. If you are stable, if you're doing all right in life, you're in your mirror, you're trying to fix yourself, you're trying to move forward, you're trying to get out of the tribalism, you're trying to become a better person, you're trying to upgrade yourself on a regular basis, you're trying to get out of being a commodity for television and the mainstream media and parties and kings and lords. You can't link up with people who aren't, because they'll bring you down. Unfortunately, that is how it works. A bad apple will spoil a bunch. Somebody who's broken, they'll break you down if you're not strong enough. I think sometimes you gotta love people from a distance, but you gotta fix yourself. The mirror is always the way to do it. Love is the foundation of all creation, often expressed as hope and properly manifested in the babe. Brother Glenn, beautiful. But fixing yourself might be fixing all. I think it is, Selman. That's why I always talk about the mirror. I think fixing yourself actually is fixing all. I think if you can fix yourself and other people see that, I think they do it too. I think it's viral. I think that's how the world works. I think that if you become what you're supposed to be, I think it's unstoppable. I think it'll spread like a virus from Linden Island that they're trying to send all the migrants to. I think it'll spread fast because people want peace. Everybody wants the same thing. They just disagree on how to get there. They see love and light coming out of your life. I think they'll swallow it too. And I think Facebook is great for that. That's why I love Facebook. Y'all hate it. I don't hate it. I love it. I think social media is so important in bringing our world together. But also, sometimes some people do got to take a break. Sometimes you get excited. Sometimes you got too many friends that are just really negative. Sometimes you got to block them out. I get it. Sometimes you got to walk away. I don't have that many friends that are that way. For the most part, I think most of my friends are thinkers, which I don't let nobody leave. I know I made a post the other day that I had to get rid of some friends. I do. I got 5,000 friends. That's too much. It's too much because I can't bring anybody else in. I have to figure out. I got rid of one. The post worked. I forgot what I asked. I think I asked something about who won the war in Syria. And you only had two ways to answer the question. It was like, who won the war? Did Assad, America, ISIS, Britain, France, Russia, did they win the war or did the banks win the war? Right? Did Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and the MI7, who won the war? Did the corporations and the systems and the markets win the war or did the humans win the war? And my point to that was the humans always lose war. Always. All times, always. Because that's what you are. Always. But the markets, the banks, Wall Street, corporations, weapons manufacturers, they always win every single war. Every single war. And it doesn't matter if they were funding both sides. They were all selling sheet metal and blowing things up, destroying crops. And now even the seed makers, they get to sell more seed because you burned all the land up. They got to buy more. The only thing, we lose every war. Every single war. Every single war. So I said, you know what? I got to reduce my friends as a test. I think most people pass, but I lost one. I got one of them. He's out of there. I don't know. It's probably some sort of a robot or something. The Bakers won. Yes, some, and they always win. We're all thinking, don't disown me, G. I don't disown anybody. I don't delete anybody. You know what? The only time I delete people, Lord, they don't let me do it now. I'll go through my friends list because it's weird. And you can see that their profiles are deleted. They're not active, but they're still on your list, your friends list. Why is that? You know, you have to go down and manually delete. Like, I think a lot of this were AIs and, you know, they were the fake profiles and stuff, but they're still counting in your friends list. It's weird. I mean, why in the world do you only have 5,000 friends anyway? I think that's a problem. I actually do. I think that that's design. Like, initially I was thinking it was like a bandwidth thing or, you know, software limitations or something that they were trying to avoid. I think it's reach. I think they want to limit how much people are talking. I think Facebook does want to bring the world together like all social media, but you can make somebody extremely popular on this platform. I can see that. You can do that. And you can make a war criminal great too. So I see it both ways. I understand, you know, Facebook's limitation. 5,000 friends, that's dangerous. You know, damn it, especially if the Aleutian Alliance, if NATO got some more wars they want to start, you got to be careful. You can't let people say anything they want to say on this stuff. To disown anyone is to disown yourself. Oh, Selman, go ahead. And that's my, see, somebody's speaking the truth, and it says that in scriptures too, ancient texts. If we're all related, we're all interconnected. You can't hate somebody without hating yourself. You can't disown somebody without disowning yourself. I think you do have to walk away and love people from a distance at times, but you got to love people because it always manifests itself and comes back to you in some sort of way. We are all connected. You know, now is not a time for disowning people. It's, if anything, getting to know people, getting to know who's across the world, you know, getting to know what's fake news. The media lies about a lot. And that's why I post things about certain nations, things that happen. And somebody lives there like, no, that's not what's happening. Or that is what's happening, or, you know, further details on how to know more. When the world's connected, oh my goodness, we can solve everything. Everything is within reach. We have the technology to solve every single problem, but we got to stop being commodities. We got to stop serving these lords and their kings. They're not, like somebody asked me a question the other day, good brother, he asked, he said, what do you mean we say China doesn't exist? I said, I hear you say that a lot, that nations don't exist. What do you mean by that? I think it was Bob Marley that said, all laws are illegal. All laws are illegal. All laws break the laws of nature. All laws of telling people what to do and forcing creatures to behave how you think they should are illegal. When I say China doesn't exist and Germany doesn't exist and Russia doesn't exist and America doesn't, none of these countries exist. These are tribes of, well, they were tribes of different people, whether it be the Germanic tribes or the British tribes or the Irish tribes, thousands and thousands and thousands of tribes of different types of people who had different cultures and different nuances because they evolved to do things different ways. And because some sort of a psychopathic killer came there, murdered a bunch of people, took their land, formed something called a nation, that doesn't make it a nation. To me, things that you do in violence and genocide, they're illegitimate. Nobody wants to be in your nation. Texas still don't want to be in America for the most part. People just want to live, and to live, you don't need a nation. You know, it's like racial conflict. That's why like I said, I'm not on the race boat, because if race exists, you will always have racial conflict. So what about nations? If nations exist, you will always have national conflict. If religion exists, you will always have religious conflict. That's why I don't play the race game, and I don't play the religion game either. You know, because if there only is one religion and that's seeking what's true and everybody else is just seeking control, then everybody who wants to know the truth are seeking science and scripture and ancient archaeology and everything. They're trying to figure out what's true. If you know that there is no race and we're all one human race and we're all related, then you can't have any conflict. So if we actually evolve to a position of nations not existing and we understand that to be true, then they can't get you to fight with another nation. They can't get you to cheer the war on terror. They can't get you to go to war with France. They can't get France to go to war with the Congo. They can't convince you that China's against you or Russia's meddling in your election or anything. You know, if you actually believe, not even just from a historical perspective, but from even a politician perspective, they've already told you have an oligarchy. Right, so nations exist only in our head. They're fantasies. They're ways to control us. It's how they commoditize us. Right? At one time, they may have existed from a financial perspective. Maybe one time they existed from some sort of a economical perspective, but they don't anymore. All your politicians have told you. Trump told you that. Trump told you when he buys a politician, he owns them. And they will do as they're told. Bernie told you that he's an oligarch. All right, calm down, because people, every time I say something, a quote from somebody they don't like, they flip out. All right, we know. Trump drops bombs, started wars. Okay. Bernie takes money from Raytheon and Lockheed. All right, these are all killers. They're all war criminals. But they're also products of their environment. Doesn't mean they can't say something that's true. They can say things that are true. And they're all telling their oligarchy. Bernie told you that America's an oligarchy. Obama told you that Washington is corrupt from the top to the bottom, and he was going to go in and try to fight. They all say that. So nobody lies to you. America is, in everything important, it probably is a dozen different industries and corporations. Then they own interest here. They own interest in Mexico. They own interest in Russia. They own interest in China. And they buy politicians to make what happens would boost their stock price based on what they want to do. So you as an American, you have no influence in your government, and 2 universities told you about that. So when I say nations don't exist, I mean they literally don't exist. They are figments of your imagination. They are ways that they take your passion and they commoditize it. They commoditize your nationalism. Right? You know, we are a global world, whether we like it or not. That globalism thing that you're fighting, that thing is already rolled out, baby. We are a bunch of different corporations, and every nation has logos like a NASCAR, right? All of them do. So no, nations don't exist, and that's what I mean when I say no nations. Not just from a legal perspective and whether or not we should continue to support this thing. But just the thing existing requires conflict. And I think we evolve past conflict. I have. I don't know about you. I have. I'm kind of done. I'm kind of tired. I don't want to do this no more. Like the human race, how long have we been here? How many millions of years? Like, aren't you tired? Isn't this like getting tiring? Circling the castle and building castles and making moats and being a commodity for some families and being a commodity for some lords and somebody trying to sell a book, getting you in the street yelling and screaming with a sign to fight hate with hate or whatever. Like, isn't it getting old? A little bit. Genocide and war and sending weapons to another nation, and they always don't do good things with them. They do psychopath. Like, isn't human conflict getting a little bit old? Just a little bit? Are you just a little tired of it? I mean, personally, I'm tired of it. I think that the sins of the father are always handed down. That's some more scripture for you. The sins of the father and the mother, always handed down. I think we need to stop handing down our sins to our kids. I love my kids. You love your kids? I love mine. They're little raggedy little bastards sometimes, little rugrats. I love them to death, but I don't want to hand my sins down to them. You know, we finally see that we're always played against each other. Why would we hand down our problems to them? They don't want our problems. They don't want our racial problems. They don't want our religious problems. They don't want our national problems. They don't want our glyphosate problems. They don't want our vaccine problems. They don't want our we don't test anything problems. They don't want our drug war problems. They don't want any of our problems. They don't want our immigration problems. They don't want any of our problems. So how about we stop passing it down to them? I mean, like, doesn't it get old? It's just old to me. So I want conflict to stop. And the only surefire way, guaranteed way to make conflict among groups to stop is if there are no groups. That's the only way. Somebody else got a better idea? I'm all ears. Speaking of which, haven't slept in a day. Peace to y'all. How come you haven't slept, Brother David? Get some sleep. You gotta have sleep. You don't get sleep, you get cranky. Trust me, I know it. I live with the Americans. They're out there buying Christmas presents. They're happy half the time, and they're faking because they're tired. Out there buying Christmas presents, but they just lack of sleep. They get moody. And it's like, oh Lord, you ain't sleeping. You're out there late looking for that G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Get some rest. Make a present. I don't know. But you gotta have your rest. It makes you cranky. Yeah, it's redundant. Isn't it, Rebecca? It's redundant and it's tiring. It's tiring, y'all. We are human beings, guys. Come on. 7 billion. 7 billion strong. There's nothing we can do. Nothing we can't do. 7 billion, y'all. You know what you can do with 7? Like, that's not a bad thing. Like, you know how they lie to people and they tell them that we're overpopulated? 7 billion people gonna be 10 billion. We gotta reduce the population. And you know the kings and the lords are doing it. That is not a scam. It's not a conspiracy theory. From the beginning of time, when the kingdom got too many, you had too many serfs and you couldn't feed them all, you reduced your population. So don't look at nobody who says overpopulation and eugenics is a conspiracy theory. No, that's damn history. It always happens. But what if we looked at it from a different perspective? What if we did give everybody food, houses, and cars, and the robots paid for it? What if we did use automation instead of consolidating wealth and greed into very few hands? We use, and it's not socialism, it's robotism. And we use robots and automation to take care of everybody. Man, I wouldn't want 7 billion. I'd want 14 billion. Then I want 30 billion. I want as many people. What if we use that to sync up with the environment, not destroy the environment, but use hemp for everything? Hemp plastic that breaks down the environment, not oil and all that crap that's being dumped in the ocean and the trash. I'd want as many humans as I could get. Why? Because we got planets to get to, y'all. We got moons we could send people out to. You never know which one of those kids is going to be the next Nikola Tesla. Invents warp drive. Now I'm in Star Trek. Now I get to fly around in the guy. I think it's a great thing. Humans, you know that we don't die. No, we're not supposed to die, right? We're not actually supposed to die. We're not actually designed to die. We die because our bodies fail. They're not supposed to fail. And the greatest evidence for that is the telomerase enzyme. When you are 90 years old, you are making as much telomerase enzyme as when you're 9 months or 9 days. What does that mean? Well, first of all, what is the telomerase enzyme? It's the enzyme that repairs your telomeres on the ends of your chromosomes. What does that mean? That means your body manufactures an enzyme to prevent cellular decay, to prevent your DNA from not working how it's supposed to. It means your body is supposed to regrow itself. It's supposed to fix every organ. Everything's supposed to be running at optimal conditioning. For some reason, the telomerase enzyme goes active. And to me, that was phenomenal. That was just groundbreaking science. Who was the sister? I think she was out of Stanford University who discovered that. Groundbreaking. These are the types of things that can change a world. If human beings aren't actually designed to die, we're dying unnecessarily. And I'm not saying I want to live forever, but I'm saying, damn it, 500 might be kind of neat if you can fly around in space, explore, do things, create things. That would be kind of interesting. I think we got some great things happening in this world, but we have to focus. Gates is an alien. He probably is. I don't know anything about that. He could be. I think aliens are among us. I do. Y'all try and take the talk to aliens. I think they're among us. I think we are aliens. I think we always see some aliens. I think aliens are always coming to our coastline and we're always going to their planet or their moon. I don't believe because your government doesn't tell you and give you a disclosure that a thing that isn't a thing. I think everything works the same way on a small scale as a large scale. Aren't we in a tech war already? Why doesn't anybody care? We are in a tech war. We're in a tech war. And the funny thing, Dee, is we could be in a tech war for humanity. We could be using all of this technology to help protect us from everything that's always trying to come and kill us, or we can be used to kill each other. And I think people don't care, Dee, because they're commodotized. They actually think that they're American. They actually think that they're British. They actually think that they're a left or they're a right or a Democrat. They actually believe that these things are real. And as long as they believe these things are real, then they can be played around. And that's why people don't care, because they're told what to care for. They're told what to care about. And the news does a great job at it. You know, I don't really blame the media per se. The media they want to sell airtime. They want to sell papers. So they put things in there based on what you are. Like, you ever wonder why you got a census and they take all this information, who you are, what religion you are, what race you are, all this. All of that drives the type of news that you get. All of that drives what happens in your community. It all drives what the politicians do, because if you accept that you are this commodity, then they know that they can say this to get your vote, or to get you to tune in, or to get you to buy their paper. And that's just how it all works. When you agree you're no longer a commodity, we're good to go. So that's why nobody cares, because the people are told what to care about, because they think they are what they're told to be. There is no democracy. There is no democracy, Salman. And you know, the more you say it, the more people start to understand it. Only good can help us keep the magic universe that God gave to us. Some of us are thinking small about saving our nations. As you say, I can't see the whole thing. As you say, we're all like flags. Our flags is our planet. Our fight is for our souls, our birthright, our planet. Absolutely, Debbie. Totally agree. We have to stop being commoditized. We have to be one group until the aliens show up. Then the aliens show up, then we could be one solar system. And after that, we could be one universe. And after that, we can be one Milky Way galaxy. I think you have to go to the limits of what you know and link up with people and work together. Together, we can be amazing together. We can really suck trying to murder each other. That's why I don't believe in John D. Rockefeller's world. I don't believe in a world of force and competition. I believe in a world of working together. China wanted to provide 5G to Canada universities. Oh, did they? Wow. Access to all research, etc. IDD 5G is a major concern. People really need to think about 5G. They really need to rethink this. I was thinking about that damn UFO over my head the other day. I don't know what it was, but I'm just thinking, if you can network a whole bunch of drones together and you can see through walls and see through basement and concrete in people's houses, you can send out waves and modify people's behavior, or just make them angry like the brother didn't get no sleep. You can just make them a little more upset. You can sell a lot more papers, right? You can make a lot more commodities, and you can kill a lot more people. If people really need to rethink this 5G thing, you're talking so much sense. I love it. I tell people these things all the time. Rory, and don't stop telling them. Keep telling them. Keep telling them, brother. When your brain is functioning and your heart is pumping and the blood is warm, that's how we fix this world. They pander to the artificial identity that you assign yourself with. Yes, they do, Terry. And then they tell you to assign it to your kids, which is a crazy thing that we're still doing this. The kids are being born and we're telling them what they are instead of asking them who they want to be. Everybody needs to read A Year of Living Danishly. Okay, brother Kevin, thank you. I have to take a peek at it. I have a book list. I got to add it to my book list. The book list getting too big. I can't read all the books. We all have to be commercialized for someone else's profit. Yes, Linda, which is why, you know what? And I tell people, speaking of reading too, we're commoditized, we're commercialized, and everybody needs to read. What is the name of that document? I keep mentioning it. Quiet Weapons for Silent Wars. There actually is an audio book of it. It's on YouTube. You can listen to it. Technology is everything. You need to focus on what your kings are focused on. Your kings and lords are focused on technology. They're using it against everybody. They play us. They take in all these numbers and data and massive databases, but that document, it really made way too much sense. When you look around the world and you actually listen to that, and you listen to this plan, perhaps, of some great... All right, let me say it this way. If the document is fake, which it never was proven fake, and somebody's not trying to control the world through taking in all data points from all markets, from all people, from all sources, from the internet of everything, and they're all pulling it all up into some sort of control mechanism to not use the invisible hand, but actually use software to control people, markets, and nations, and through this oligarchical thing. If somebody wasn't doing that, they're doing it now. Doesn't matter if the document was like faked. I don't really care nothing about that. When you read that document, it actually makes great sense. Like what I try to do is I always try to put myself in other people's shoes. When they say, well, the king's up to this and the king's up to that. I would say, if I were a king, would I be doing that? Would this be a great way to control people? And a lot of times that answer comes back, yes. When I read that document, I was like, wow, this makes sense. You can literally control entire nations through technology. And I think that's what they're doing. All right. What's that book again? What's not a book, Anna? It's yeah, Rebecca just posted it. It's Quiet Weapons for Silent Wars. It's a document that was found on a airplane, and it explained how there was an agenda to control the masses. Explained how technology was going to be used to control people, to control markets. It explained greed. It was a business plan, effectively. This is what I'm saying. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I believe in business plans. And it was a great business plan for controlling the world. And if it wasn't something that somebody was doing, I guarantee you it's something that somebody's doing now, because it makes the world make perfectly good sense right now. It's what I would do if I wanted to control the world. Like I said, everybody wants to rule the world. Everybody does, which is why nobody can have power to rule the world. We don't need to control each other. All right, I gotta get going. Had it end early today. What's not ending early? That's actually kind of ended on time. I try to end this thing at 10 o'clock. I can't really do that. All right. Already doing it, Gerard, using LED lights. They can use LED lights already to monitor and see and download to you and your brain. Debbie, you need to send me a link on that. I believe that. I do. I think they use all this digital stuff to control people. I think they can make you happy and sad through the different lights and pulses, like, you know, like people having epileptic attacks and things. Like, there's something there. There's some science and some biology I think they can control. I think they can send subliminal messages. And if you think it's a conspiracy theory, just remember back in the 80s when they used to put the popcorn in the reels at the movies to get people to go buy popcorn. If they will put fake messages in movie reels to get you to buy popcorn, do you think they won't put digital messages in the media to get you to want to fight other people? Of course they will. Buy more papers, to tune in more, to make you mad and angry, to want you want to fight the president, or you always want to love the president, or you want to fight another nation, or you think the war on drugs is good, or the war on terror is good, or you think the inmates are going to kill you, the poor people are always out to get you. They'll definitely do it for money, because it's all about money. It's just business. All this stuff is just business plans. LED lights are RFID enabled. I didn't know that. Woo. Go on, Christine. You scared me some of your posts, girl. Christine is on it. She's definitely got it. But the thing is, none of it to me is ever conspiracy. I just look back and say, do the kings want control? And if they want control and it's a plan that'll work, I'd almost guarantee they're going to do it, because they've always done it. There are messages everywhere. Yes, there are some, and they're always trying to control us. What's the title G recommends? Oh yeah, you got it. Quiet Weapons for Silent Wars. Just go to YouTube, do a search. There are a couple audiobooks, people explaining it. I think Deborah Tavares has a video on it also. Just do a quick link, and it'll take you a little time to listen to it, but you can just, while you're driving in your car. I actually don't even listen to music anymore half the time. When I'm driving in my car, I don't turn on the radio. I listen to lectures. I'm a boring person. I listen to things that make me smarter. I always when I get out of my car, I want to be smarter than when I get in. And so usually I'll have something queued up. People send me books and links and stuff. And so I'll click on stuff, and some of the stuff I believe, some of the stuff I don't. But for me, driving in a car is not about getting somewhere, and it's not about feeling. Well, sometimes I got to feel something. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I listen to a little music from the 80s because it makes me feel a certain way. But most times it's to try to educate myself. Education is definitely the way out. That's why Facebook is so powerful. That's why social media is being controlled and censored, because people are actually coming together and they're being educated on how destructive our life is here against people over there. They're being educated on how destructive Christmas is, and we're spreading Christmas cheer over here to people who live in the countries who are paying for that Christmas at the highest prices. They're coming together, and I think people are stepping up. Sent you a message. Okay, thank you. I got that, Debbie. Thank you. I wouldn't say you're boring at all. I think I'm boring. I think I am. But I think that we can build an amazing world if we stop playing. I think if we grow up, I think we can build something phenomenal. And that's what my interest is. My interest is leveling up. I want to be an upgrade. I want our generation to be an upgrade for the next one. And it's not going to happen as long as we're fighting each other. It's only going to happen if we step it up. I'm going to leave out on Brother Lee's comment. Brother Lee Key Robinson Sr. Knowledge is key. And knowledge is the key. It is the only key. It is the only way that we get out of our current apocalypse. It's the only way that we actually become upgrades. Never, ever turn down knowledge. Take in as much as you can. Much as you can. You know, because that's what tweaks your heart. That's where that kicks in that empathy. That's where that love kicks in. When you have the knowledge of what's going on, that's why the kings always hood the maps, right? Because knowledge isn't power. Knowledge isn't damaging until you deny others from having it. That's why the kings hid the maps from the people. That's why they were coming to America way back in the 1200s and nobody told you about it, because they hid those maps. Knowledge is definitely power, and knowledge can uplift an entire world if we wanted to. But ignorance will keep it down. So anyway, I gotta get going. Stop being commodities, folks. Y'all have a great weekend. You aren't what they say you are. You are what you are. I'm out of here. Y'all take care.